Okay, during these last few days of Black History Month, and I will be bringing you another person or two that I'll be talking about, but I was thinking about how incredible racism is. Like, if you're a black person, racism is something that's incredible. White people roll their eyes and be like, oh, you're just victim whining again. But you have to hear me out. Think about it. Recently, Donald Trump let go of a guy by the name of CQ somebody. He's a 3 or 4 star general. This dude got 20 plus years of service in the U.S. Air Force, and he's been deployed once or twice. I think at least once. Okay, now I don't want to give him any type of stolen valor. So if I'm mistaken on that, I apologize. But nevertheless, 20 plus years, if I'm not mistaken, close to 30, you know, and he's being let go because he's black. Black men are 21% of the U.S. Army. Everybody always talks about the disproportionate number of crime that black men commit. But I always say that when it comes to crime, one thing that Joe Biden did underneath his administration is that he labeled a lot of Hispanic males that committed, they offed a woman or committed armed robbery and other crimes. They would be labeled white because he didn't want to amp up the Hispanic male crime numbers. It would play even deeper into like, dude, you're letting all these criminals in. So what I'm saying when it comes to black men committing quote unquote disproportionate amounts of crime, it really depends on who's keeping up with the crime stats. So I tend to laugh at the white male narcissist that talks to me about crime stats. I'd be like, is it somebody like you that keeps up with these crime stats? Like, dude, like you're sick with your own arrogance. Go somewhere and bury your head in the ground. Ain't nobody listening to you, bruh. Like straight up. But it's unbelievable because underneath racism is an unbelievable thing. It really is a deeply embedded white male mental disease. It's something, and it makes me question the gender-based genetics of a man. It makes me think that what a white woman produces is barely a man. What she produces is a being with an oversized clit who's jealous like a little messy ass mouth flopping woman. Just a little jealous bitch. Okay, so CQ, the black general, was let go, right? Because he's black. Simply because he's black. And I really do think that the nutsack of white males shrinks when they see a black man who's smart, intelligent, and strong. I believe their nutsacks literally just turned damn near into a set of little ovaries, and he temporarily develops a little vagina down there. That's how intense I think the hatred is. And why would I suspect that? Imagine a nation like China with hundreds of weapons, nuclear weapons that can blow America and this entire planet into oblivion. I'm talking about smithereens. Imagine if China has all these nukes aimed at you. Imagine if China is constantly expanding in the Pacific, always running up on you. Imagine if China, you're constantly catching China stealing secrets. They stole the windmill secrets. They be stealing our drone secrets, satellite secrets, rocket secrets, deep secrets, and American patents that are for American corporations and American companies, stealing from us. Even when they do this, and when they take patents that they steal, they hack into our government offices, and they go to China and they build this stuff for cheap, and then they buy it back, and then we buy it from them. And that equals thousands among thousands among thousands of Americans out of work. When these people are out of work, they don't have a purpose. They don't have nothing to do for 8 hours a day. There's days that I want to take off work, but I only need to take off about a day or two during the week before I tell myself, damn it, I need to go to work just to do something. This shit is lame. So sitting around with no job is likely to get you into just doing something just useless, just sitting around with video games all day, smoking weed with white people. It's going to be crack and fentanyl and all type of prescription drugs. Basically, you begin to lose your life. So these men from the Far East come here and they literally cause death and destruction among white Caucasian males. They have situations in which they make a white boy come up to you with a white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, and he'll give you her. If he'll give her to you for 20, 30 minutes if you go in the store and get some over-the-counter meds that he can't legally purchase more than 3 times a month. This is the desperate and pathetic level that the Far Eastern man has pushed the white man into. But yet the white man keeps it as a priority that when he becomes leader of the world and when he can push his agendas, he's got to make sure to go after the black man who exists in the fighting force of his country in a disproportionate number. Black men are 21% of the army. Black women are 9% of the army. 30% of the U.S. Army is black. We are nearly 2.5 times more represented in the military, specifically the Army, which falls short of its white male recruiting goal every year for the last 15 to 20 years. So from my black male perspective, the jealousy of white men is beyond pathologically sick. Like, just think of how big of a threat another man is to you, but you constantly turn to another man off no more than his skin color, his phenotype, his language, and his way of being. And you intensely go after him, even though he's got your 6. Should we go to war? And the other man is trying to wipe you out, and he's fucking you over in every conceivable way that he can, all the way to the point that he's reduced you down to crawling with your woman to a black man that you hate and being forced to give that black man your woman so you can acquire some materials for drugs. He's reduced you down to that, but yet you can't develop any type of disdain for him. You turn around and you've got all the disdain in the world for the man who, if an alien or a Russian was trying to bomb your house, he'll be the one out there with a damn M16 trying to shoot down the missile. And you hate his guts. Racism is really, really, really pathologically deep embedded sickness. It's not even the word. I can't even, I would have to get a dictionary and probably study it for 30 minutes to an hour to find words that describe the absolute craziness of racism. Just my observations. White boy, fix yourself, man. Fix yourself, dude. Like, seriously. And please get off my dick. Anyways, I'm out.